But you got a flag down.
Oofside.
Everyone but the center. Offense.
Welcome to Oofsides, everybody. We are here this week. I'm your host, Matthew Steelman. I'm here with your boy, Garrett.
Yeah. Thank you.
We got Jack Healy.
Football.
And on this week, for the first time, we've got our good buddy, Cam. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. We're looking up.
Yeah. So you are a Panthers fan, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Since I've done this with everybody on the show, I'll do it with you now. How you feeling about your team?
Oh man, a lot better after these past 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks looked like utter disappointment and taking for Trevor Lawrence, but now it seems like we're gonna be, pick 5 instead of pick number 1. So that's I guess a plus.
Yeah. We're all big Teddy Bridgewater fans here, so like anytime he wins, we're all like, yeah, even if we don't
Yeah.
Panthers very much.
You know what?
Because we'll shit on teams every once in a while, but we won't shit on Bridgewater.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like he was a good choice since he doesn't catch a virus.
Yeah.
So
What are we gonna fucking shit on about the Panthers? What have they done?
They choked away a Super Bowl.
Man.
Yeah, they went 15-1. Yeah.
Didn't they lose to the Falcons? Wasn't that their game they lost that season?
I think maybe. I don't know. I don't remember.
Hey, look.
I don't remember.
That'd be
It
ironic.
It wasn't by very much. I know that.
No, it wasn't. But I think the Falcons were the only team that beat them that season.
Incredible.
I could be wrong.
It was the Falcons in week 16.
Yeah.
Jeez.
They were 14-0 and they lost by a touchdown.
I just remember going to a conference in Georgia somewhere. I don't know what for again, but they were bragging the hell that they beat them, but we weren't. They weren't in the playoffs. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure
Gary
the
Atlanta.
Falcons had a really bad collapse that season. Which, oh man, never heard of the Falcons collapse before. Yeah, they were 5-0 and then they missed the playoffs. So.
oh jeez.
Oh,
yeah.
fun fact.
The whole division that season was very strange.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
The NFC South is like the funniest division because I think it was up until 2015. No team had won that division 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus
Actually, I can bring
Christ.
that up.
And you know what? And people always say that, but it just shows you that the division's either one very competitive or two very shit at the same time.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it right here.
It's the latter now, so
Yeah, so up until when the Panthers won it 3 times in a row from 2013 to 2015, no team had ever won it twice in a row, and then the Saints have just done it 3 in a row also. But it's like, oh yeah, that division, it's like, well, that's weird. Nobody's consistent, but there's like 2 years on this entire list of them not winning a playoff game. Like even the year that the Panthers went 7-8-1, they still won a playoff game.
Yeah.
last in AFC East.
Yep.
Pain.
Yep. So I always kind of like the Panthers. So I like their uniforms.
Yeah, well, it's
Teddy's
interesting
cool.
to see Tom Brady in a competitive conference for once.
Yeah. So
He
So,
says
yeah.
jokingly.
it was a week of football that I didn't know if it was actually going to happen because, like we were talking about last week, that like half the fucking Titans team caught COVID. And then the game ended up getting pushed back to like week 7. So the Steelers got an extra bye week this week. So that was weird.
Wait, no, I think that's their only bye week.
No, wait, is it?
I think it's their bye week.
I was going to say, if it like perfectly coincides with both of them having their bye week in week 7, like that is just like the football gods doing
True.
their work.
True.
So
I don't fucking know.
yeah. It wasn't as much of an injury-filled week this week, but a couple ones that make me sad. Specifically Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
I'm mad about that. He's going to be out for like 6 weeks. So I was
No
going to be all fucking pumped up Browns fan, but now I'm nervous again. So
Yeah.
fucking
He was
Julio
like,
Jones got hurt as well.
oh yeah.
He's been shaky.
Miles Jack, Tyler
this
Eifert,
season.
basically everybody except fucking Gardner Minshew on the Jaguars are hurt.
He's built different. That's why.
Minshew just fought off COVID with no problem.
Yeah. He's just
Oh, I
built
didn't even know
different.
he had COVID. I didn't even know he had COVID, to be honest
Well,
with you.
That's the thing. He got COVID and it left.
To quote Gardner
It's all-
Minshew,
it's all the-
COVID-19
it's all the
took one
stash.
look at me and ran away.
Well,
Yeah.
it had the
He is
stash.
indeed built different.
The stash is what drove it away. That's what we're needing to learn here. So everyone
Yeah.
needs to grow.
It's like a
obscenely-
filter.
Yeah, really, really nice mustaches, and we'll be
Wouldn't
fine.
you think the virus would collect on his mustache though?
Shut
No,
up, Garrett.
it's like
Fuck
how
No, that's not how logic works. God,
Yeah, it's not how that works.
it's America,
you
so we don't
fucking
believe in science here.
boy. Yeah, true.
Um.
Don't. We're actually inbred.
Anyway,
yes, America just points fingers at everybody.
Yeah.
and says that we're doing the right thing.
exactly. Anyway,
Yes.
shall we get into week 4?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we
Good.
kicked it off with the game that should have cost Adam Gase his job. The Broncos beat the Jets 37-28. How does he still have a job?
God bless shitty football.
Also,
that game.
This was the
Ooh.
definition of shitty football. This game.
Oh,
right
why
here.
is Greg Williams still in the league?
no clue. I really don't know.
Like
Because-
he got suspended for however long for making his defense headhunt. And then he was doing the exact same thing at the end of this game with
Yep.
Brett Rippon.
I think they got, what was it, 3 or 4 targeting the pass or whatever the fuck it's called.
Or, yeah, like
Roughing the passer.
roughing the
or-
passer or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
That-
how much of a sore little bitch do you have to be losing, and then you're like, oh, I know, I'll just make my team, like,
Yeah.
demolish their quarterback.
Yep. That was bad. That was really fucking bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can
you
I
knew
just-
it was a bad game when the Broncos quarterback had 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions and
Yeah.
still won.
Yeah.
Can I just mention of what
Atrocious.
kind of game that was on Thursday night football?
Yeah.
0-3 teams facing off to find out who's the better or worse team.
Yeah.
Prime time, baby.
Well, it's different this
Hell
week,
yeah.
so luckily
At least,
that-
I was gonna say, at least the Broncos have an excuse that they're like injured to fuck.
Yeah.
And like,
Jets don't have one.
I will say,
Well, they are pretty injured.
Sam
Yeah.
Darnold did not throw an interception.
He didn't
For
throw a
one.
touchdown either.
Yeah,
That
he ran
too.
for a touchdown, and it was pretty fucking sick. But
Yeah, mostly because the Broncos defense kind of just gave up.
yeah,
That's a little bit of a grain of salt with that one.
yeah, he was 23 of
They
42.
kicked like 5 field goals in that game. What in the
Yeah.
world?
Also, Jerry Jeudy had a nasty catch.
He
in
had a
that.
nasty game.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
so
we had a
did-
really good game.
some dude named Tim Patrick did as well. But you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well-
I still can't get over how Troy Aikman just felt so cool after he said that Jerry Jeudy mossed someone.
Yeah,
I
Troy
shit you- yeah,
Aikman
He's
really
just like,
was-
oh
has-
yeah, I feel so cool.
He's been waiting on this his entire life.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
not all the success as a quarterback, but he's been waiting on to say that someone got
Yeah.
mossed on live TV.
Yeah.
He was like mid-game beating the Bills 52 to whatever in the Super Bowl, and he's like, dude, I can't wait to say somebody got mossed on TV in 20 years.
True. Yeah.
Oh, here's another thing for the Jets. This is the closest game they've had all season.
Yeah,
Valid
So-
point. Yeah.
they only lost by 9 points.
So I don't know whether to consider that an improvement or whether
You're facing a battered team. I don't.
Yeah.
whether it's
If
time
you're the
to follow
Jets,
in
this is
the
a game you
Texans
should have
footsteps.
won. But it's Adam Gase, and
Yeah.
God bless shitty football.
Do you remember going into last year when people were like, hey, the Jets could be a wild card team? And now it looks like Sam Darnold's done.
Yeah. Also, there's that thing where the Broncos, I think it's his head coach, didn't shake Gase's hand because
Yeah.
of the headhunt thing.
Vic
That was-
Fangio.
He
being
was
fucking awesome.
pissed.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I would be pissed
Holy
too.
shit. Yeah. Yeah.
It reminds
Yeah.
me of when Greg Schiano was the coach of the Buccaneers, and like opposing teams would have to kneel from shotgun because he would make his players like jump over the line and fucking hit the
Jesus
quarterback while they were in
Christ.
victory formation.
Jesus, that's fucked.
Yeah, I remember at the end of the game when he walked across the field, don't even just go straight to the locker room.
Yeah, he was like
Straight
straight
to
to
the
the fucking locker room. Like there was an F-bomb on TV.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Give me a second.
Okay. So
Alrighty,
yeah,
I think that sums up that.
I just
say, I mean, the
How-
good thing,
Go
the
ahead,
interesting thing about Darnold's injury, right? It's the AC joint. Is that are, are the Jets really going to sit him and let him actually heal? Or are they going to try to basically force their way to try to win a game and risk Darnold being injured even more?
dude, knowing Adam Gase, I bet you he still forces they rush him back from injury.
Well, considering that they're 0-4 anyway, and if something happens, they'll just draft another quarterback anyway.
Yeah,
Kind of
I guess
feel.
that's true. They're like, they might as well go for broke, I guess.
Adam
But-
Gase is so fucking fascinating to me because it's like he has none of the qualities that you'd want in a head coach. How does he keep getting jobs? How does he still have this job? Like
Well-
it's even when you watch like his body language and everything, like you want a leader. You want somebody who's
Yeah.
confident in everything. And he's just like hat pulled down over his eyes, just mumbling all the time.
And the sad thing is that a guy like that still has their job. Meanwhile, the Texans, who have had closer games and tougher opponents, arguably, to begin the season, starting out 0-4, have fired their coach already.
Yeah. And that's
And-
something that I can't wait to get into.
My God, yeah, that to me, like, I just go and looking at their scores, obviously, because I haven't really like in-depth look at it, but just looking at the scores for the week, they play the Chiefs. They were down by 14. The Ravens, they were down by a little more. Steelers, they were down by a touchdown, and the Vikings, they were down by
I think also by a touchdown on that one
a
too.
touchdown.
Yeah.
Touchdown at
And their coach is fired. Meanwhile, the Jets, their closest game, they've been down by 9 points.
Oh God.
That just
Adam
doesn't make
Gase
any
needs
sense
to
me.
fucking go, dude. Like, it's just so bad. I don't understand how somebody like that has a job.
Yeah.
So, the Jets, honestly, like, it's now Monday or it's now Tuesday. It has been 5 days since they lost this game, and Adam Gase still has his job. So he's not getting fired midseason. Like, what does he have to do to get fired?
You would think with the pressure the Texans releasing O'Brien, you would think it would be added pressure, right?
Oh,
But
absolutely.
I mean, I could see it in true Jets fashion. They're playing this week. If they play this week, depending on what happens, you never know. But they play the Cardinals this week, and if they end up losing that game in a fucking like slaughter, if it's a slaughter, I do believe they would probably fire him.
Yeah.
But if it's anywhere close, I don't think they will. I just don't think they have the confidence in either one who assistant coaches or anything like that to fill that role.
Yeah. That
So,
and the Jets historically don't fire coaches midseason, even when they should.
Wait, we're still
That's
talking
true.
about the Jets? I was gone for like 3 minutes.
yeah, we were waiting on you to get back to move on.
I have strong feelings about Adam Gase. So.
the molding of Adam.
We were comparing the seasons the Jets have had and the Texans have had, who are both 0-4, and the Texans have fired their coach and the Jets have not.
Jets gonna Jets.
Yep.
All I gotta say.
So, anyway, speaking
Let's
of
move-
depressing teams, Lions gonna Lion. The Saints spotted them a 14-point lead, and they still end up losing. But they played them close. I'll give them that.
Yeah,
But
it was
It's
close
weird.
for.
It's weird because they were up
It did.
14-0, then they were down 35-14, and then they somehow managed to only lose by 6.
yeah,
Looks good on the box score.
Yeah, it does, but
Yeah.
it looks sloppy.
Stafford's stat line is so like hot and cold because it's like, oh man, 3 touchdowns and only 1 pick. Oh yeah, but he was 17 out of 31 for 206 yards.
Jesus,
So
that's
AJ
he doesn't.
Peterson ran 11 times for 36 yards.
Mm.
Granted, Stafford doesn't really have anyone.
Yeah.
I
Drew
just say-
Brees. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Can I just say I've noticed something here for almost the entire year. There really haven't been breakout running back performances we've seen so far.
Well,
All
Nick
of them.
Chubb.
Well,
Yeah, I was gonna say outside of
other
the
than-
Browns. Yeah.
outside of the Browns, it really has not been. It feels
Well,
like it's just been a
even-
slow year for running backs.
Yeah.
And a lot of passing, to say the least.
Yeah, I wonder if that's the lack of preparation.
Maybe.
I think it's probably because there are no fans and you can hear better. But I don't know.
It could have an effect.
Yeah, I don't know.
It might also be because offenses kind of work in cycles where, the passing game had evolved so crazy high in the mid 2000s. And then as we saw over the last 2 years or so, teams like the Ravens and the 49ers and Panthers had a lot of offensive success by just running the ball down your throat. Like, that's why out of nowhere we had Devontae Freeman and then Todd Gurley. And then last year you had like the 3-headed monster for the 49ers. And you had Alvin Kamara and Mark, is it Mark Andrews his name? The guy who used to play for the Saints. He's now on the Ravens. Anyway. And then of course the Ravens all having these dominating rushing attacks. And so now everybody's probably scaling their defenses to counter said rushing attacks. So now we're going to see a resurgence in passing probably.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, that's probably why, honestly.
Could be one of those two things. But yeah. I've definitely noticed that outside of a couple of running backs, there really hasn't been that much outstanding.
Yep.
So, and of course, I forgot to mention Derrick Henry and all that.
Oh, God, Derrick Henry.
So,
you could even make a case for like teams like the 2017 Jags. Like,
shut the fuck about the 2017 Jags.
Hey, but they were one of those teams.
I know.
As well that
I know. It's the only happiness you've had in 10 years, but
they were a rushing team. They were not a passing team.
Jack, do I need to remind you how many times you fucking derailed the show last week to talk about the Bills?
Sorry, I just get so erect when I talk about Josh Allen.
So,
but we'll get to that.
Yeah. So yeah, do we have anything else to really say about the Saints and Lions? I mean, it was a game that the Saints predictably won.
Yeah.
So
Jesse decided to go with the Lions because he's an idiot.
Goofy ass goober.
Well, not having Michael Thomas, I guess, just played a part in that.
Sure, I guess. Whatever. It's not like they have Kamara or anything.
I think it was one of those things where he just wanted to will the Lions into winning. So
how did that work?
Well, apparently it didn't. So
exactly.
Anyway, moving on to one of the few games I actually did get to watch most of. The Buccaneers beat the Chargers 38-31. The Chargers jumped out to a first half lead of 24-14, and then Tom Brady did Tom Brady things and threw 5 touchdowns.
Also, the Chargers running back Eckler got injured.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yep. One of the notable injuries of this week.
Mm-hmm.
So Herbert didn't play too bad. 20-25 for 3 touchdowns and 290 yards. Actually, I should correct that. Tom Brady technically threw 6 touchdowns. Just one of them was for the Chargers.
That's true, yeah.
But Tom Brady's doing Tom Brady things. It feels like he's more comfortable now with the whole Buccaneers package.
Yep. There was regarding their slow start. I think it was I'm trying to remember who. Oh, it was Set the Edge. Did a video about Jameis Winston, and he was talking about how difficult Bruce Arians' passing system is, and how Carson Palmer, when he played for the Cardinals under Bruce Arians in his first season, he threw a record number of interceptions in his career, because apparently that offensive system is a lot of really complicated routes that, like, sometimes the route that the receiver's running isn't even decided until they've like reached a certain point on the field.
Nice.
So miscommunications within the Bruce Arians passing system are apparently really common. And so that might be why Brady wasn't looking too hot the first few weeks. But
it seems like a lot of option routes.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's starting to hit his stride though. I mean, 20 out of 25. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's Herbert's line. 30 out of 46 for 369 yards, 5 fucking touchdowns. This is insane.
Yeah.
So. Also, Mike Evans had a hell of a game at 7 catches for 122 yards. So, and also all 5 of those touchdowns were to different players. So, the Saints, I know they're like 3-1, but they're looking kind of underwhelming. So the Buccaneers are definitely hot on their heels.
Maybe. We'll see.
Interesting. Well, before you move on,
yeah,
the other big part of the Tampa Bay's deal is Gronkowski really hadn't shown up very much. Not really getting the usage you've seen out of him when he was in New England. So it's kind of interesting that Brady is still performing very well without using Gronk as much. So.
Oh yeah, I think it might be because of that receiving core is so stacked that like they're kind of struggling to find a spot to slot Rob Gronkowski in, and it might also be because he's old and hurt.
Well,
So,
yeah, and another good thing, Gronk's also a very good, defensive tight end too. That I think a lot of people forget about. Like he does really, or not, he does really good blocking and all that.
yeah,
Except for that one Miami Miracle game.
That's true.
yeah.
Yes. There's always an outlier. There's an outlier to every rule, Garrett.
Yeah, I mean, I had to mention it.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bucks are probably still going to be pretty fucking good. So, and the Chargers didn't look too bad either. So, I mean, this is the second time in 3 weeks that Justin Herbert's gone against I know Pat Mahomes is still early in his career, but he's going to be a Hall of Famer at this rate. So, two
and the greatest
prospective future Hall of Famers, and he's gone toe to toe with them. So,
well, for not knowing that
Herbert does not look bad.
Yeah, for not knowing he was going to start in the first game he ever played. Now I think he's shown up and he's risen to the challenge so far.
Yeah.
He's still big. He looks a little bit raw, but he's going. He's going well.
So, shall we move on to a game that I'm sure Garrett has very strong feelings about?
Yeah. Let's go for it.
I don't wanna.
Well,
just go over it.
This is a football podcast, so too fucking bad.
Yeah.
Dad, no. The Cincinnati Bengals beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 33-25. Take it away, Garrett.
Another game that the score is in the box score is a little deceiving.
Mm-hmm.
Bengals and Jags played a close game early, but out of the gate in the third quarter, Justin Burrow kind of balled the fuck out, and Joe Mixon did as well, who rushed for 151 yards and had 2 touchdowns on the day.
Yeah, he also carried the ball 25 times.
Yeah, they were letting him at it.
Next highest was Joe Burrow with 4 carries.
Oh. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those two went off the whole third quarter. Jax tried to rally late, but my thing is, I had a problem with them choosing to kick field goals when they didn't need to kick field goals. In the second quarter, with about 6 or 7 seconds left, it was like 2nd and 1 on the about to cross in and get a touchdown, and they brought the kicker out. Now, if you're Jacksonville, why didn't you go for it? Like, I get why you kick a field goal and at that point it's a close game, but I don't know, man. You have so many options to use right now to get that team into the end zone, and they've done it. They've been very creative. Yeah, and the coaching. Yeah, the defensive coordinator and the obvious head coach of Doug Marrone is going to be in trouble here if he doesn't figure this out in these next couple weeks.
Doug Marrone is such an interesting case to me because the Jaguars were fucking terrible, and then he came in as interim head coach and led him to 3 or 4 pretty convincing wins at the end of 2016, and everybody was like, "Oh shit, they found something." And then 2017 happened, and then they almost went to the Super Bowl, and since then he's not been very good. He has 19. Actually, no, I'd say the last 4 games of 2016, all of 2017, and the first half of 2018, we were like, hey, Doug Marrone's doing a good job. And then since then, he's been persistently on the hot seat.
More like Doug Moron. Got him there.
Yeah, and
Zinger.
It's a Jags team that even with the Nick Foles trade, you're trying to evolve away from a running team to a passing team, and it just that transition as well kind of hurt Marrone. And with Jacksonville doing, I mean, obviously in this game too, they had 351 passing yards on 27 attempts. So I mean, passing wasn't terrible. Just the execution wasn't. So
yeah. It's like what I've said a few times. I feel like this team is only competitive because of Gardner Minshew.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, back to episode 1, he's going to drag this team kicking and screaming to 6 wins or 5 wins or something.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
But I don't know.
Like,
with the strength of the schedule coming up, if the two games that I felt like they were supposed to win, they didn't. So 1-15 is probably what it's going to look like.
yeah. I just have absolutely no idea how to judge this team.
Yeah, but Bengals, good job, Joe Burrow. Got his first win as a NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
Fish.
From the looks of it, it doesn't look like he got the shit beat out of him like he did against the Browns. But yeah, more offensive line help, Bengals, please. Don't ruin this kid because he actually looks really fucking good.
Yep.
So, yeah, he threw 25 out of 36 for 300 yards, touchdown, and a pick. Yeah. Tyler Boyd had a good game, 90 yards on 7 receptions. So, there's some potential in the Bengals. Like they haven't fully gutted the team after firing Marvin Lewis. But like a lot of the people associated, like I should say, a lot of the faces from that team outside of like AJ Green are all gone now.
Speaking of AJ Green, I was just about to say something about him. The fact that I'm very interested that they've not used him as much compared to Boyd. I get he came off a big injury.
Yeah, I don't know if he's been playing the whole time, but I know he is coming off like a really bad ankle injury or whatever it was. So we'll see. I mean, Tyler Boyd stepped up into that role really well. So yeah. Shall we move on?
We shall.
Yep.
We don't have Jesse here to complain about, or not complain, but soak in the Vikings win. But the Vikings beat the Texans 31-23 in a loss that cost Bill O'Brien his job.
Darn.
Oh man.
So awful about that.
Man. I would say, though, Minnesota got to an early lead and almost jinxed it.
Yeah.
Houston was trailing or coming back, but they found a way to hold on. In the power of Dalvin Cook.
I remember saying a few weeks ago that I was like, the Texans should still be a good team. They've just had a shitty schedule, and like the Vikings have not looked good, and they won. So, like this loss, like an 0-4 start, I don't think would normally cost Bill O'Brien his job, but after the playoff collapse, and then trading DeAndre Hopkins, and then an 0-4 start, losing to a not good Vikings team.
Sheesh.
It was like, yep, it's time to go.
Yeah, basically.
So.
It's unfortunate for O'Brien, sure, because you look at the Jets, who we talked about earlier.
Yeah,
someone who still has their job is basically had obviously worse performances, but yet O'Brien, who's had very close losses at that in competitive games, he's the one who gets the shaft.
Yeah, I just thought of something stupid. So what if we talked about how if Gase was going to get fired after week 5? What if Bill O'Brien comes in and takes over as the Jets head coach?
Honestly, I see it happening because the Jets love coaching retreads. I mean, they fired fucking Adam Gase. I almost said Joey Gase there. They hired Adam Gase after he ran every single bit of talent out of Miami, and now we've seen just how good Kenyon Drake and Ryan Tannehill can be outside Miami. And then they were like, "Yeah, that's the guy we want." And so I guarantee you, after the season, if and when they fire Adam Gase, they're going to interview Bill O'Brien because 1, he's a Belichick disciple, and 2, he's won a playoff game. So. Yeah, and I don't think Bill O'Brien's a terrible coach. He's just like his situational football knowledge is not great all the time, as we saw against the Chiefs last year in the playoffs.
Yep.
But it's like his people skills need some work, and he should not have been GM of that team.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
he should have been fired once he traded Hopkins.
He should have been fired after the playoff game where they squandered a 24-point lead in the first quarter.
That too.
So, yeah, they're fascinating. Kirk Cousins didn't throw an interception. So we'll give him that.
That's wild.
Dalvin Cook ran for a couple touchdowns. Thielen caught a touchdown. Deshaun Watson did Deshaun Watson things, threw 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. David Johnson ran 16 times for a whopping 63 yards. Honestly, not the most terrible stat line, but still not worth
another point about the running back. There seems to be a lot of carries, but not a lot of yardage. So I'm wondering
It's
how
because DeAndre.
these teams.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was wondering how these teams have been preparing for the season, and it seems like most of the run blocking and stuff like that is something you perfect with practice and time. And
Yeah. Well, it's also because David Johnson's old and hasn't really been fully healthy for a long time.
Yep.
So
that's another thing. But again, I hate to bring this up, but the lack of preparation, I think, is still you're still going to see this in the rushing for a while. Meanwhile, you're going to see ridiculous passing numbers like we've seen. I think we have 6 or 7 quarterbacks with over 300 passing yards.
Shoot, yeah.
So you're just gonna. This is what you're gonna see until week 9 or so, or probably until the bye weeks for most teams, where you might see the rushing improve.
Yep.
As well as
trust me, I'm going to be hearing a lot about the high passing numbers as a Cowboys fan because it doesn't really mean that much.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess the Texans' defense is bad, but
I guess. Yeah, sure.
Got to figure out how to win games somehow eventually because they're
They'll
already
figure it out
0-4.
this week.
Yep. The AFC South is weird because you have the Titans and the Texans and Jaguars who are not off to good starts, and then the Colts are like, hey, they're like a wild card team, and it's like, oh, then it looks like the Titans, and it's like, oh no, they all have COVID. So this rate, there's not going to be an AFC South by the end of the year. So, shall we move on?
Yes.
All right. The Seahawks, or I should say, the industrial strength hydraulic press known as the Seattle Seahawks, rolled over the Dolphins 31-23.
Wasn't bad.
Yeah, Dolphins put up a fight.
They never pulled away with this one.
Yeah. Russell Wilson is just still channeling God mode. So
Dolphins were just a score or two behind the whole game. They weren't atrocious.
Dude, if the Dolphins can win one of these close games, they can make the playoffs. I feel
wild.
That extra that extra wild card opens up the AFC so much more. So
and you have a non-dominant Patriots team now, and you give that division now opens wide open.
Oh yeah.
Given the Patriots are so good, but they're not as you've seen it so far, they're not as dominant as they were in the era.
I feel like there's a certain team that's also blue that will.
I was waiting for it.
We'll take over
it seems like when the Mafia isn't there breaking tables, they seem to actually perform well. So we'll have to see what happens later on.
Hey, we got 10 wins last season.
Well, yeah, because they're sipping on their tea because they actually got a good team formed together.
Yeah, they don't have to worry about Tom Brady.
For 20
They're not
years.
worrying. If Josh Allen gets hurt,
you're not even 20 years old.
Yeah, I don't care. I've been waiting for this since I was in my dad's loins. Okay.
All right. That's.
I for the first time in my lifetime, I can brag about a Bills team. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can suck my dick. You fuck.
I'm gonna gush about the Browns here in 5 minutes. So yeah, I can't complain that much.
Suck my dick.
Comments on the Seahawks game. Russell Wilson is still the quarterback to watch right now. He's doing amazing things in Seattle. As he always is.
Well, his massive contract is definitely worth it.
I know. When they signed that deal, I was like, okay, Russell Wilson's worth it, but I don't know if I agree with that because that's a team that needed help at the time. Apparently it's working because Russell Wilson has just channeled God mode.
Well, the Seahawks too have gone from a team where they're defense wins championships. Now it's Russell Wilson's been well, we're gonna make up for our defensive struggle with a mass attack offense, and
they're hey, we have a future Hall of Fame quarterback. Maybe we should I don't know, let him throw.
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of scared of a really good Seahawks team in the playoffs again.
Oh boy.
So. But yeah, all of their stats are pretty even though. I mean, they only had 26 more pass yards, only about 26 total yards, 31 more passing yards. The Dolphins ran more. Their yards per play were really close. Dolphins pretty good.
A lack
Well,
of touchdown passes from Russell Wilson this week. Only
I don't-
2 this week, so
Yeah,
needs
I don't know
to
if I'll
pick
say
that number back up.
that much about Fitzmagic because he did throw 2 interceptions to no
That's
touchdowns.
a good point. Good
But,
point.
Yeah.
But it's not horribly atrocious.
Wait, I'm doing the oh my god. They kicked 4 field goals. No, they kicked 5 field goals. Holy shit.
wow.
I was like,
That
wait, where did they
kicker
get
had himself
23
a day.
points if they only scored 1 touchdown? That's why.
They pulled the Jets thing where they kicked 5 field goals
Yeah. Well,
and
thing
somehow
is,
made
too,
it look good on the box score.
Fitzpatrick has lasted a lot longer in this season than I expected him to.
I feel like he's going through like the Josh
True.
McCown arc right now, where it was like mid-career he sucks, and now he's at the like end of his career, and he was like, "I'm just gonna have fun," and we're like, "Oh my god, this guy's actually pretty good."
Yeah.
I
If
think
only he was like 10 years younger.
Yeah,
the difficult thing is like you have another guy waiting in the wing, and I feel like that's just the amount of pressure that Fitzpatrick needs to perform well.
Oh yeah,
And I think he's showing his worth, but I still expect the Dolphins to try to push Tua into a game.
I feel like their
before
approach
the
is
end of the
similar.
season.
I feel like
Yeah,
it's
he'll-
similar to what the Chargers were going to do with Herbert until Tyrod had his problems, like where they're going to develop him, quote unquote. So
Mhm.
Do we think
Yeah,
that's
I
do we
think
think
it's
the
gonna.
Tyrod thing was done on purpose?
Yeah,
Jesus.
there's
Totally.
somebody within
A calculated miss.
the one guy within the team who was like, "Yeah, let's draft Justin Herbert." Was like, "All right, I'm gonna stab Tyrod Taylor in the chest real quick." Yeah, I feel like the Dolphins are gonna start to either when Fitzpatrick has like an ugly stretch of games, or when if and when they're like officially eliminated from the playoffs, because it's like they're only 1-3, so it's not like on paper they're a contender right now. It's more based off of what we're seeing when we watch them and how closely they're playing guys. But if they manage to win a couple games here and they're sitting at like 5-4 or something like that, like they're gonna try to ride out Ryan Fitzpatrick as long as possible, I feel like. But if they fall to like 1-5, like fuck it, throw Tua in there, you know. So
Basically.
we'll see. Shall we move on to a game that had me very conflicted, but I'm very happy about?
Absolutely.
how about them Cowboys?
I'm not
Holy
even really that sad
shit,
because
that was a
honestly, I
game.
feel like I'm more of a Browns fan than a Cowboys fan at this point.
Oh,
I feel like I should change my helmet on the graphic to a Browns helmet. from
wow,
here
that's
on out.
wow.
So.
Jeez.
Yeah, the Browns kind of steamrolled over the Cowboys at home.
Until they didn't.
Yeah. Well, no, that's the Cowboys thing. Is they give up a giant first half lead, and then Dak throws a bunch of garbage time yards to make it close, and then
True.
Yeah.
They almost blew like a 30.
That's why the
point
Cowboys
lead.
have the number one offense.
They
in
were
the
like
league.
3 points behind.
yeah,
with-
they were up
Wow.
41-14.
And then that PAT attempt happened,
Yep.
and then they got a 5-point lead.
Yep.
And then they got
And-
an interception off of Dak that ran for
That's true.
pick
Yep.
6,
Yeah.
which sealed the deal for the Browns.
Dak and throwing bad interceptions. I never would have guessed that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prescott.
That's the thing. Go ahead. sorry.
Prescott's stat line looks absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
But then you go and see his misses are very bad.
Dude, it's the thing with and that the fucking Cowboys fans are always going to look at Dak's stat line. It's like, yeah, but watch him play a full 60 minutes. He in week 1, I referred to him as like the new Jay Cutler. And what I mean by that is Jay Cutler at times would look fucking incredible. And then he would, when you needed him to make a play, he would just do something bafflingly bad. Dak is so good at airmailing balls on third down when you're down to score late in the game.
Yeesh.
I ran about this in detail after week 1 against the Rams, where it was 3rd and 4th down and he just like chucked it up to nobody both times. And then of course the Thanksgiving game, against the Browns on a 4th down where he tried to throw a screen to Zeke and
Browns?
then threw, or I mean against the Bills, and then he threw it right at Zeke's feet on a fucking wide
That
open
was
screen.
funny.
And I was
I
like,
was
"What are
laughing
you doing?"
I was watching
And
that with my
again-
family, and I was just dying laughing.
And it's like what I said in our server earlier, where it was like, "Oh, Dak leads the league in passing yards," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's because they play from behind every week, so they have to abandon the run game, and he puts
Yeah.
up godly stats because they're losing."
And then you almost wonder why have Ezekiel Elliott there? If
you hand it off to him 12 times.
Yeah.
Can we
in a
just
game.
acknowledge as well? We had 2 trick plays in that game
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
that went for touchdowns.
Oh, those
Oh.
are bangers.
It's amazing to
God.
me that a guy, if you just look at, I'm looking at the box score right now because I didn't watch all of the game, but
watch.
Baker Mayfield, 19 for 30, 165 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Wins versus 41 for 58, 502 yards, 4 touchdowns and an interception.
Well, and a big role in that was the 2 fumbles by the Cowboys in the first half.
Yep.
Dak obviously threw the pick 6 late in the game. And the rushing was just unbelievable for the Browns.
Oh yeah.
No, Chubb got hurt, but
Yeah.
still, everybody else who was replacing him did perfectly fine.
Fucking Ernest Johnson, 13 carries for 95 yards. I was a little concerned.
Beckham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a little concerned about the loss of Nick Chubb, but like, you still have Kareem Hunt, and if Johnson's able to do this in relief of him, I don't see this team slowing down.
Yep.
The thing
The thing
ahead,
is, you gotta keep your confidence in Baker.
Oh yeah,
I think Baker really brings a lot out on that team, and
Yes.
I think what we saw last year, he seemed off, and I think this year he's really making up for that.
a lot of the problem last year, which I think I've already talked about this on the show, was when Freddie Kitchens came in and they got Odell Beckham Jr. I feel like it almost felt like Freddie bought into the hype of their own team, because when they got OBJ, they were like, "Oh my God, the Browns are going to be like the most high-powered offense," and so he started scheming up plays that required like 5-step drops all the time to try to get Odell open. And guess what? Oh, we have a shitty offensive line and Baker's getting the shit kicked out of him. So he's rushing throws and throwing a lot of picks and getting hit all the time. And it's that I remember during the Rams game last year on Sunday night, when they had analytics up on the screen where it was when Baker got rid of the ball under 2 seconds after the snap, his passer rating was over 100. And anything over that, he was like at like 40. Because their offensive line couldn't block it all. And yet they kept fucking trying to do that for 3/4 of the season. And so it's like, now that you have Kevin Stefanski, he's found a way to integrate everything in, and the running attack or the rushing attack is still super strong. It's kind of taken Baker doesn't have to feel like he has to carry the team on his back now. You know, he has so much talent around him that he can just let them do their jobs too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But Dak for MVP, right, guys?
Yep.
Give him an old Cleveland steamer. That's what they do.
He had fun times. Cleveland.
Oh my God, I just realized something.
What?
So when we were making jokes about OBJ wanting to be shit on, and I was like, "Oh, he plays for the Browns." I didn't even think about the Cleveland Steamer part of that.
That's true.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
I thought you were referencing that when you were saying that they steamrolled them, and I thought, oh my
No.
God, that's great.
No. So, but like I said, the Cowboys can't beat winning teams, and the Browns are a winning team.
Let's not make this podcast 2 hours long. So let's get it going a little bit.
I can do some editing. So
That's
I'm very
true.
happy with that. Go Browns. Let's hope they keep it going for the rest of the season. I still believe this team can win 9 games. So Cowboys, get your shit together.
No
All right,
worries.
moving on to Cam's
there's-
team. Oh, what were you going to say?
boy.
The Cowboys will still win their division at 7-9. Don't worry.
No, it's gonna be worse than that at this point.
Probably 6-10, maybe.
Yep.
That's
At
what
least we'll get an extra wild card team, so we can pretend like they weren't even there.
True.
So, Cam's team beat
Oh, yes.
the Cardinals 31-21. Maybe the Cardinals aren't as good as we thought they were.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe Teddy
I don't know.
Bridgewater balled the fuck out.
Yeah.
Well,
That's true.
I can
Granted-
say this as a Panthers fan, having watching the first 2 games of the season and now these 2 games of the season, something has lit up in the Carolina locker room, and I don't know if it's Teddy Bridgewater or if it's something else, because my God, this team looked completely different than they did the first 2 games of the season.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Um,
they put up 14 points in the first quarter, and never looked back. I mean, they rolled with it.
It's a shame that Bridgewater had that interception, because I think that really dragged down his performance this week. But like as a stat line sheet, like 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, that doesn't look great. But if you go and compare his other games, he looked much more confident. This is a team without McCaffrey either. So
Oh yeah.
to go out and win like this in a team that everyone's saying like, oh my God, the Cardinals are going to have something for the Seahawks, in the division and all this stuff. And Murray's held to 133 yards passing, which is, I think it looks phenomenal. They look like a completely different team, and maybe this coaching and whole new system in place might actually start to be showing why it might work. But I think it's still too early to tell on all that.
Yeah, I think because they looked pretty good in week 1, but it was also the Raiders who have been very hot and cold this season. But I think the Panthers are one of those teams that are benefiting now, or we're not benefiting from the lack of off-season activity and the lack of preseason and everything.
Yeah,
with a new coach and a new quarterback, and a moth is climbing in through my window right now.
That's badass.
Yeah, the first 2 weeks looked very, very rough for Carolina. I think this season the lack of practice has really, really hurt Carolina, because of literally they have changed some aspect in every form of whether it be coaching staff or player arrangement or anything like that, or just even the packaging, like what they're running on defense is a little bit different and everything. So I think it's starting to improve based on more experience now. But I like Bridgewater. I've liked Bridgewater every week, but the thing is, the first 2 weeks he looked very uneasy and it looked very skeptical, I should say. Like it looked like
he was still kind of seeing ghosts in the pocket. Or
yeah,
whatever.
he was still. He didn't have that confidence he needed.
Yeah.
And now it looks like he's a completely different quarterback. So I don't know if he went to see like a shrink or something that maybe calmed his nerves or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it might also just because he hasn't started a lot of games since that knee injury that he had. So
True.
Yeah, I mean the Panthers pretty much gutted that team during the offseason with the whole coaching change during the season, and then getting rid of Cam Newton, and then Luke Kuechly retiring. Outside of Christian McCaffrey, this team is almost completely different than the one that went on a playoff run a few years ago.
Yes, everyone's been very concerned with the amount of changing, plus the hiring of an inexperienced NFL coach, right? Like picking a guy out from Matt Rule from Baylor, which was a Baylor team that really had its on and off moments. So it was kind of like, oh God, what are we getting ourselves into type thing. But I'm pleasantly surprised to be 2-2 in the 4th week of the season.
Yep. Also, I just remember one of my favorite names in the NFL is the Panthers player Yetur Gross-Matos. So
Yetur. Wow, that's a great name. Holy shit.
So yeah, they basically forced Kyler Murray to check downs all day by the looks of it. He completed 24 passes, but only for 133 yards. So
and a big defensive fumble, and
yeah. So shall we move on?
All you can do.
Yes.
Yep.
The Ravens basically crushed the football team 31-17. God, I still love saying that. Also, I just looked and saw that Sam Cook had one completion for 15 yards. I'm assuming that was a fake punt.
One thing I want to talk about. So the Ravens were leading by like 10 or 15 points. And on 4th down, they decided to go for a fake punt. And they got it.
Just rubbing it in.
That's just disrespectful, honestly.
That's some fucking
mean.
Patriot stuff.
Yeah, that's just that's just psychological warfare at that point. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
How demoralizing is that? Like, fuck.
Can I say another thing too?
Yeah.
Can we please not make Washington's logo yellow with a yellow background, and please add some red or something so you can actually see the logo on.
Did you see how they painted the end zones? Because the end zones are red with like yellow lettering that says Washington. Well, they painted them pink because it's October, so it was pink on red.
No.
It's so bad.
I saw that. Yeah, that's. So I get the changing of the name, but gosh, guys, come on, we need a better graphic designer or something.
I also love that their logo is like it has to have the red square behind it. Like most teams send their logo to the NFL's website like with a transparent background, and they're like, no, our logo is a yellow W on a red square. Don't change that.
Well, ESPN's doesn't have it. It has it just as the W. But the thing is, they use they use a color for the background. So the Ravens logo is gold. The Washington's is the same color, yellow. So all you can see is a barely visible outline of the W. And the thing, hold on, let me send this so you guys can see it and laugh with me. Yeah. So ESPN there, change your shit, man.
What the fuck?
Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I would have to put that up on screen.
That's
That
bad.
is amazing.
That's bad. Holy shit.
Why didn't they just use like burgundy?
Wow.
I mean, come on.
That is incredible. I think that's more of a fail on ESPN's fault.
Well, I always like to blame ESPN and everything, but let's just say Washington's not in the clear either with a pink and red end zone.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
So
Putrid.
stats wise, Haskins didn't turn over the ball or didn't throw an interception. 32 to 45 for 314. That's not
Improvement.
That's actually pretty good. Look at that.
Yeah.
It was pretty
Scary
good.
Terry McLaurin, 10 catches for 118 yards.
The sacks were huge.
Yeah.
Three for 40.
Yeah.
So there's some big problems in Washington right now, other than the team name.
Yeah.
But, I think Haskins really has potential, but I think he needs a lot more. He needs a lot more time to develop.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
They might have found their quarterback. So, and I don't hate him as much now that they've changed their name. So,
Fuck Dan Snyder still.
I mean, fuck Dan Snyder. But
my biggest issue wasn't their name. My issue was Dan Snyder.
Yeah, fuck Dan Snyder.
I would totally be okay with them still being called the old name. If they got rid of Dan Snyder. So one of them had to give, and obviously the name was the one. So I guess I feel better about watching it. Also, they have Ron Rivera, and I hope Ron Rivera.
Yeah, Ron Rivera adds a massive level of likability to that team. Also,
I hope he gets well soon. Obviously, he meant a lot to the Panthers organization. So it's sad to see him go, but I do wish him a speedy recovery.
Yeah, definitely. Shit, what was I just about to say? Completely lost my train of thought.
Are we gonna move on?
Might as well.
Yeah.
So, not much to say about it. One of the best teams in the league beat one of the worst teams in the league.
Rams versus Giants.
Yep. In a surprisingly defensive battle.
Yeah.
They only put up 17 points.
There was also a fist fight.
Oh yeah, Jalen Ramsey again.
Who would have never?
And Aaron Donald. Don't forget.
Yeah, I don't think I would want to be in a fight with Aaron Darnold. That is. Yeah,
I think you're mad, but you're willing to get your ass beat. Like,
yeah,
Did they miss the tape on week 1 where Aaron Donald rolled over two offensive linemen?
Yeah,
Aaron Donald.
Somebody didn't look at that.
Man.
Aaron Darnold was very scary. Basically.
And if the Rams can build a better defense around him, my goodness, they will be a force to be reckoned with.
No, their defense isn't terrible, but the front line's pretty good.
Their offense has bailed them out a lot of times, but
that too.
A little bit, yeah.
They've also played
they
played really tough games as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They'll probably make the playoffs. They're a really good team. I think they'll get 9 or 10 wins.
I think the Rams are a very decent team. I don't think they are the same level that they were, a short while ago, where they're, making the Super Bowl and all that. But
Oh yeah,
they can shock some people.
they were underwhelming last season, and I think that still clouded a lot of people's judgment that this is on paper still a really good team.
Yeah.
Definitely like a 10-win team in my mind. So I think I had a pencil in at 9 preseason, but like they've looked a lot better than what they did throughout stretches of last season. So
And,
I don't know if they're going to go back to the NFC Championship, but they're definitely going to be a playoff team, I think.
The football Giants, they got to do better protecting their quarterback.
They got to do a lot better.
Yeah.
5 sacks for 31 yards.
Daniel Jones is fucked.
Yeah. Jones can only take that for so long, and I don't know who they have. I guess Eli Manning.
Eli retired.
He retired like a year ago.
Is Geno Smith still the backup there?
I don't think so. I think Geno Smith's on the Jets. No, he's not on the Jets.
New York Giants roster. I think Geno Smith's the backup.
No. Geno Smith is on the Seahawks.
Oh,
that's weird.
Is he?
Yeah,
Let's see. Position.
Yeah, Geno Smith was on the Giants in 2017.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yeah, I haven't heard of Geno
they have Colt
Smith.
McCoy. That's right.
Oh,
I love Colt McCoy. So,
yeah.
Back to what I was saying. They need to give Daniel Jones some protection.
And
I think they can. Get some shock wins here and there, and with the struggling Cowboys team, who they always seem to play well against. You never know. They can get some shock wins.
I mean, at this rate, I can see him beating the Cowboys or playing the Cow. Well, actually, I don't know, because the Cowboys put up gaudy numbers. The Giants are just kind of like clumsy.
Yeah, they're
like. I imagine if I could embody the Giants into one person, it would be like somebody carrying an armful of stuff and then like slipping, and they're like, "Whoa!" and then they're like spilling everything as they're trying to catch it. That's the Giants to me.
Yeah, the Giants. I mean, they're bad. They're not 0-16 bad. They're 2-14 bad, but
yeah, they might. I can see them beating Washington twice.
Maybe, yeah,
maybe the Bengals.
Probably, maybe.
I mean,
maybe
this
not.
is their schedule coming up: Cowboys, Washington, Eagles, and then here's where it gets. And the Buccaneers, Washington, the Eagles again, and then Bengals, Seahawks, Cardinals, Browns, Ravens, Cowboys.
Have fun.
I mean, that's like 4 playoff teams right there.
It's possible though. That's the thing with the Giants. The Giants, you say they're clumsy, but they might be clumsy enough to stumble into some wins.
Oh yeah, so. It's like what I was saying. I think was it week 1 they played the Steelers, where I was talking about. I was like, I was finally understanding the hype behind Daniel Jones because he put together this really impressive drive and then threw a really ugly interception on the goal line. And I was like, that's the thing is like the Giants can do good things, but then they like make one back-breaking mistake and that just fucks everything.
It's a massive cock tease.
Yeah, so they could be all right.
Brutal.
So, but.
Maybe.
I mean, they played tight with the Rams. They held the Rams to just 17 points. So
they played tight with other teams too.
The Bears too. They almost won in the final seconds with the Bears game.
Yeah, and I mean, outside of the end of the Steelers game, they were with them the whole time. So it's a team that with better execution could definitely be like 2-2.
It's just like the Texans.
Yep. So I think the Texans are a little more talented than the Giants.
I would agree with that. I'm just comparing the 2 0-4 teams.
Oh yeah. So they're definitely better than the Jets. So
yes,
they are well within the top 2 teams. They're well within the top 2 teams in New York.
Yes.
So. Yeah.
Speaking of the top team in New York. Well, I'm not counting the Jets.
That's a good point.
I think Jack almost forgot that the Bills were in.
No, I was just not paying attention to what you said. Because I don't think I give a shit about the Giants.
Anyway,
does anyone? All right.
Alley-ooping this into the Bills. They beat the Raiders 30-23 in a game that was a little closer than it should have been. But
all I gotta say is Josh Allen is electric.
Yeah. He almost got
Josh
hurt.
Allen is very good. He almost died, which scared the living shit out of me.
I haven't been able to watch a Bills game yet this season. Has he thrown a ball out of the stadium yet?
No, he has not.
Damn it.
I don't know yet.
I can't remember if I talked about this on the show, but he was on Pardon My Take last year.
Yes, I saw this, or I was watching that episode earlier that week, though. This week, though.
And they asked him about if he could throw a ball out of the stadium, and he was like, I tried, and I got to like upper levels, but my angle was bad, or something like that. And they were like, you should do it. And he's like, I'm going to get fined. And they were like, we will pay your fine if you throw a football out of the stadium. I want that to happen.
You have
so
no idea
goddamn bad.
You have no idea. Run it in and just launch the ball.
Oh yeah, I want Allen to like run for a touchdown and then just rifle the ball and it never comes down.
You have no idea how badly I want to see that happen.
Either that or throw it to the people in the nosebleeds, man. Let them.
He could
do that easily. Oh, he could do that easily. Yeah.
God.
Man, Josh Allen, 288 yards, two passing touchdowns, one rushing touchdown. Probably his worst game of the season. He's trash, He's not anywhere near NFL caliber. He's inaccurate. He can't throw downfield.
Just Jalen Ramsey.
Only his longest throw was 49 yards. It's just useless.
Hey Jack, you want to know an interesting thing about that?
What's that?
Josh Allen has 3 rushes for -1 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, I was looking at that stat line.
Yes,
I
sir.
love that.
Wait a minute.
Rockstar shit right there.
That is amazing.
He has negative yardage and a touchdown.
Yeah,
that's great. It's like he must have ran backwards over the fucking end zone or something.
No, he's just built different.
I mean, that dude.
He probably had a. Wait, did he get sacked in the game? Hold on.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say he had 3
got
rushes,
sacked
so the other 2 had to be for like
once. So he was
negatives.
sacked, and then he had one big enough of a run where he just ran it in.
His longest rush was 1 yard.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
So how
so
far
the
did
other
he get sacked?
No, he probably tried to run for the other 2 and lost yards.
Yeah, he.
Oh, to the second.
Because I don't think they count sack yards like that in the NFL. Like they do.
Sack yards are its own statistic.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, we don't need Josh Allen because we have Singletary and he's doing pretty goddamn good. So
yeah. Did he hurdle a man this week?
He did not, sadly.
Damn it.
Yeah.
So, we should probably say something about the Raiders.
Oh yeah, the Raiders also exist.
Derek Carr was 32 for 44, 311 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah. Josh Jacobs, 15 carries, but for only 48 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they are 2-2. I was gonna say the Raiders probably play out. They're probably like a wild card team, like 8-8, 9-7. So
I think Gruden's starting to get in
They
their stride.
weren't bad. They just got sacked twice and lost 2 fumbles.
And they also fumbled it twice.
Yeah.
Also, Bill's defense is actually looking good for once.
Yeah,
because those first 3 weeks were pretty rough for them.
They have a real testament this week, though. The Raiders do facing the Chiefs. So, I think we will see how good the newly crowned Las Vegas Raiders are this week.
Also, Josh Norman did something. He got a strip fumble and recovered it. He's on the Bills now for some reason.
That's right. I forgot about that.
And he actually started because one of our players got hurt, and he didn't do terrible. It's nice to see.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Football.
The Bills are fucking legit. So
wait, I might have something else in my notes. No.
It's just Bill's stuff on his notes.
No. I have let's see for the Jets versus Broncos thing. Let me see what my notes say. It says one says bad, kicker season, injury bowl.
Hey, we haven't gotten there yet.
God bless shitty football. Adam Gissy, no shake hand, and Troy Aikman said Most.
You're only like half an hour late, Jack.
Yeah.
So
no, I'm just reading what I put with all the.
So it's like bullet. It's like bullet point idea.
Yeah, basically. But it's not very good English.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
going off of nothing at all. So
Well,
I mean,
that's
better than
crazy
what I
because
got.
I didn't ask.
Well, I didn't ask to hear your bullet points.
All right, order in the court. We got some games to finish up here. We got 4 more. I
Anyway,
think.
yeah, let's move on. Colts Bears. Remember last week when I said Big Dick Nick was back?
No.
No.
Yeah, no. I don't remember saying that at all. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah,
You know,
he needs to
be
be wearing
honest-
that. He needs to be wearing that visor every game.
Oh,
to be
dude,
honest,
yeah.
besides
He can get that inner Jim McMahon.
Yeah, I was just about to say you look like fucking
Yeah.
Jim McMahon.
Yeah, fucking rock star.
Yeah.
besides the opening drive of that game for the Colts, I mean, neither team really did all that great offensively. I mean, Rivers only had 190 yards passing for 16 attempts.
Yeah.
Foles, he only had 249 passing yards because of the late drive they had.
Yeah.
Which put the score actually look
He-
close.
Did not look good for the majority of that game.
Yeah, they had to punt the ball away a lot. In that game.
So,
Yeah.
do they keep starting Foles or do they go back to Trubisky?
Well,
I
I mean,
think they keep Foles.
well,
I mean,
the thing is, the sad is, in 3 games that Trubisky has started, he's won all of them. And
Yeah.
the one game that Nick Foles started, didn't win. So therefore, they should start Trubisky for the first play, and then take him out, and then put Foles in, and then boom, they'll get like 50 points.
Foles is just the weirdest quarterback I've ever seen.
It is very strange.
He just defies all. Like he's
It doesn't make any sense, honestly.
God.
This game is crazy.
It really just doesn't.
Indianapolis kicking 4 field goals for the brand.
Oh yes,
And,
fucking good old Blankenship.
yeah.
Oh yeah, from Georgia.
And
That
only
dude.
one touchdown from Phillip Rivers.
Rodrigo
Is-
Blankenship is a fucking all-star, dude.
That's an
He is
all-star
the-
name.
He is
Stop.
the dorkiest looking motherfucker ever. Let me get the photo.
Yeah, Blankenship is quite the.
Look at him. Look at this man.
He sure is a kick ass.
Look at this Chad. Look at those arms.
Oh my god, they don't
I
even fit in that
appreciate-
body.
I appreciate the visual jokes on an audio show, Jack. Matthew, put the pictures up.
Yeah, basically.
That face mask too is like flat.
Oh yeah. Oh
Like,
yeah.
Usually you want some extension on it so you have some facial protection. but
No,
he's
fuck
like,
it.
nah.
I wonder if he stole it off his college helmet.
I bet you Blankenship would wear a single bar if he was allowed to.
Oh no. Hell yeah, for sure.
I mean, he's got the goggles on, man.
well,
I
he
mean,
wears
what
that
else
like
do you need to
fucking
protect?
face thing.
He
What
looks.
is-
I was gonna say he looks like.
You mean the goggles, Jack?
No. Like he has this like the mouth guard that he wears is weird too.
Huh.
Oh.
He looks like Bob Greasy, like with with glasses and a single
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah, he looks like a player not of this era.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Are we sure it's not just Bob Greasy out of a time machine?
Could be.
I don't think so.
Could be. But I'm not
Anyway.
sure.
So, yep.
Anyway,
Phillip Rivers continuing to win games for the Colts. So,
Yep. They're
not
like
really
500
much to say. They kicked 4 field goals and won. So,
Yep. field goals in
Yep.
season.
All right, is the Injury Bowl next?
yep. The
Yep.
the Eagles beat the 49ers.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to feel about this.
What a. Yeah.
Remember 2 weeks ago when we were like, oh yeah, the 49ers are one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah.
And, now they're on like their third string everything.
Yeah. That team is.
Nick Mullins got benched.
Yeah. Nick
So-
Mullins is not very good.
Which is
Kinda.
weird because he like usually looks really good. And then he
Yeah.
You just didn't in that game.
He didn't really want it. Yeah. He threw that one pick. That one pick
Yeah.
6, which was. Oh Lord.
Although let me read this
Oh,
one stat
oh,
line
Lord.
for one player. George Kittle had 183 receiving yards and a touchdown,
Christ.
and they lost.
George Kittle's. Jeez, he is literally that entire offense.
Not
Jesus.
only
yeah.
that, Garrett, he had 15 targets. He
Oh, yeah.
caught every ball that went
Oh,
to
he
him.
caught every target. Yeah.
It's insane. There's also fucking. Well, they didn't How much did they run it? They didn't run it probably that much, right?
totaled
McKinnon had
116
14
rushing
carries, and then you had Ayuk
116 rushing
had that
yards.
one carry for 38 yards. Debo ran the ball once. Kittle ran it once, and then Jeffrey Wilson ran it 3 times.
So a typical game.
It's about
So,
19 carries. Kind of low,
That's
but yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty low, especially for the 49ers.
Well, low for the 49ers for sure.
Yeah,
With
that's
their
mostly because Mostert's out, and I don't. Yeah, and Mostert is.
He should
very
be back. He's questionable to be back this week.
Yeah, he's
if he gets to play.
questionable, I think.
We'll see if he gets to play.
Yeah.
I think they need to, tear up the turf.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, they had to play back-to-back games in MetLife.
Yeah. Fuck
So-
MetLife. MetLife is a shithole.
Yeah. So weird.
Well, that's another thing.
Dude, and it's like it's not getting any better anytime soon. Is Garoppolo out for the season?
No,
No,
he should be back in like 2 or 3 weeks or some shit
Okay.
like that. I don't know.
I was gonna say if they don't win within these next 2 weeks, like that wild card spot is wide open now.
Yeah.
Because I remember after like week 2, we were saying that the NFC West could send all 4 teams to the playoffs with that extra wild card spot.
Yep.
With the 49ers kind of struggling, and the Cardinals now falling to 2-2, like that brings a lot of teams back into it.
Yeah.
So
You could look at, in the West having the Rams and Seahawks be the only ones in there after predictions. They
Oh, yeah.
would have.
Mm-hmm.
And
So-
it opens up, a team like Carolina, who's 2-2 right now, to maybe sneak their way in.
Yep.
You never know.
I mean, fuck, the Eagles are now 1-2-1. Like that tie in week 3 that we gave them so much shit for kind of saved them.
Yeah.
Now they're leading the division.
They're half a
the
game
best
out of the
team in the
fucking they're leading the division and they're half a game behind like other good teams.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 49ers might be fucked.
Yeah.
Speaking of teams that are fucked, the Chiefs
Right.
beat the Patriots 26-10.
Oof.
And of
Fucking
course,
Christ.
this game was kind of over before it started because Cam Newton tested positive for COVID.
Yeah.
And Brian Hoyer came in and didn't look great, but the game was close because the Patriots defense is still really good and held the Chiefs to 6 first half points.
Yep.
And then they did Chiefs things and started scoring a bunch of points at the end of the game. And Jarrett Stidham had to come in and also threw 2 interceptions. So
Yeah, it was boring. The game was
Yeah.
pretty goddamn boring.
it was a bummer because that was going to be one of the games of the year, and then Cam
Yep.
Newton not being part of it kind of let the whole game down.
It was extremely boring and
Yep.
Yeah, it was bad.
It shows you how much of a part that Cam Newton played in that team.
Oh yeah. Oh for sure.
Yeah, and it's a shame again that he tested positive, and hopefully he has a speedy recovery. But
Yeah, definitely.
I think that I think Kansas City kind of got lucky in that one, because I feel like Newton, with how hot he's been, really would have pushed the Patriots to make a possible win.
Oh, for sure.
Uh,
the Chiefs defense has transformed into a pretty formidable thing, but it's like it's not hard to imagine that Cam Newton would have put up more than 3 points in the first half.
Yeah.
So, and like in typical Chiefs fashion, they start out slow and then the third quarter hits and then they just start rolling. And then they're kind of unstoppable at that point. So they probably would have been playing from behind if Cam was in there.
Andy Reid,
Yeah.
he changed out the Waffle House menu for an IHOP one, and they started to get it all going again.
I'm really upset he has like that anti-fogging thing on his face shield. 'Cause that was hilarious week
That
one.
was,
where he
that
got
was the
fogged
best
up.
thing. That was the best thing week one, man.
Oh,
It was,
yeah.
it was great. Loved the commitment from him to try to keep it on and try
Having
to wipe
to
it
look
down
through
at the
that
same time.
moist.
Also,
Jesus Christ.
runner up for best look was Bill Belichick wearing 2 masks.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys saw that. That was
yeah.
hilarious.
Bill Belichick wearing 2 masks, but yet somehow a cutoff hoodie.
Yeah, he had more masks than sleeves.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he doesn't like cut the sleeves off of his hoodie and turn that into a mask. So
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I don't know what the hell they do with those extra sleeves. I guess they donate them to charity or something.
Yeah.
But,
Sure.
Reminds me of a joke I made years ago to my brother where we were at four-wheeling and there was this dude in like a slightly lifted Ford Explorer and like a ripped off t-shirt. And I was like leaned over to my brother in the passenger seat and I was like, dude, you can tell the economy's hard. That guy can't even afford sleeves.
The thing about it is too, Bill Belichick, he probably gets new hoodies every game, but
Oh yeah.
they look like they're
Mhm.
20 years old just by the way he cuts the fucking sleeves off of all of them.
Imagine how much money like Nike has spent on sending him hoodies and then he just rips the sleeves off all of them.
You know what's probably funny is Nike has probably offered to make him sleeveless hoodies, like purposely made sleeveless hoodies, but he probably
Yeah.
has just denied it because it's Bill Belichick. And he's going to do it his way or else it's not going to happen at all. So
I mean, he's the only coach who doesn't allow himself to appear in Madden, so he's probably like, yeah, fuck Nike. I want to rip my sleeves off. I mean, all you have to do is look at the draft this year when every single team had, or every head coach had like a battle station set up, and then Bill Belichick just had a laptop at his kitchen table.
And his dog was sitting.
And his dog was sitting at it.
Jesus Christ.
yeah,
So-
Bill Belichick is a very interesting coach. And I think it's actually funny that he now is endorsed by Subway.
Yeah, how much money did Subway have to pay to get him to do that ad?
But yet he doesn't
Multiple
want to appear in
ads.
Madden.
A
He doesn't
lot.
want to appear in Madden. It's amazing.
I don't know. I guess he just likes sandwiches more than video games.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
that's
I
the
mean,
coach
hey,
way.
Andy Reid
Anyway.
Reid has his menu, and
Yep.
Bill Belichick gets fed subs.
The other thing I thought was cool was because they didn't want to shake hands, they just like elbow bumped each other after the game. So I was like, those guys know what's up. So,
Mhm.
Anyway, should we wrap up week 1?
Yep. Finishing off with the Falcons and Packers. Unfortunately, the Falcons didn't get to blow another lead because they never had it.
Yeah. Because
but-
it was a bloodbath for the Falcons.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers threw 4 touchdowns, and everybody on the Falcons got hurt.
Yep.
So, I think it was Darquise Dennard was the guy who fucked up his knee really bad.
Yeah.
Julio Jones was out.
There was
So-
also that Packers tight end that got 3 TDs.
Yeah. Robert Tonyan Jr. Never
Yeah,
even heard of the
Tonyan.
dude.
Yeah. I know we're not supposed to talk about fantasy football, but I picked him up expecting him to just give me like fucking like 5 points. He gave me like 22. Actually, no, he gave me 31.
Oh my god! I bet you that was more than
Yeah.
the Washington football team scored as a whole.
Probably, actually, no, because Josh Allen probably got like 40 points.
Oh yeah, probably.
That's what he always does.
You're breaking
So-
the rules.
Sorry.
Yeah, do you remember preseason when we were all like, "Oh yeah, the Packers aren't going to win the NFC North because they didn't address any of their problems in the offseason."
What problems?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is here for.
Yep.
you know,
Aaron
so
Rodgers was like, "What? You guys thought I was done? Hang on."
Aaron Rodgers was not offended by them drafting another quarterback. He's just going to prove that they don't need a replacement.
Yep. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he has no turnovers on the season.
He had no interceptions coming this game. That's all I don't know for the season.
Looking at Pro
But,
Football Reference right now.
His interview
He
this
has
week on
13 touchdowns, 0 interceptions this season
yeah,
through 4 weeks.
his interview this week on God, what was it? I don't know what it was, but him saying his down season is like other quarterbacks' career year. I think was an amazing thing to say.
Some
and,
baller shit. Dude, he's on pace for 52 touchdowns this season.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to be him and Wilson in a slugfest for the amount of touchdowns they score this year. Just so far. You never know with Mahomes. Mahomes might throw like 6 the next game and be right
Yeah.
back in it. But
So yeah, the Packers are still really good and the Falcons are still really bad. I don't think we really learned anything.
No, we didn't. We really
So,
didn't.
How many
Dan
times
Quinn's
we got to
probably
teach
on
you
the
this
hot
lesson,
seat.
old man?
Yeah, basically.
So yeah,
Fuck
that
that.
is week 4 rounded up. Unfortunately, Steelers Titans didn't get to happen because I was really looking forward to that game. But hopefully, all the Titans players who have COVID are better because they are playing the Bills next week, and I know Jack would not be happy about that.
That's true, yeah. I don't want
So-
to get COVID from fucking Tanithrill or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't want to get the cooties from him.
Shall we move into pick'ems, everybody?
Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Week 5.
Oh boy,
Get
I
it
don't know.
pulled up here.
Do I get to participate?
Yeah, sure.
I'll just
You
use
gotta add a
Jack-
thing.
I'll use Grant's column for you for now.
Yeah. Jeez.
All right.
Just take over his record.
Yeah. It'll be Grant/Cam. Starting with our Thursday night game, Buccaneers Bears. What are we feeling?
Bucks.
I'm feeling the Bucks as well in this one. Super Bowl redemption.
Cam, what are you
Sure.
thinking?
I think no question it's going to be the Buccaneers. I think they're
Yeah,
starting to be in stride. I think the Bears are still going to have a quarterback issue and really drag down their game plan.
Unless Foles sees that he's playing Tom Brady, gets so wrecked that he just starts chucking balls everywhere.
That's
True.
So,
But besides
Out.
that, Buccaneers.
Yep.
yeah. All right. Then kicking off Sunday, we have Bills Titans probably. Hopefully.
If there's no COVID, Bills, baby.
I'm gonna pick the Bills as well because I want the Bills to win. I think the Titans will finally get their first rude awakening of the season. So
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bills also.
I don't know.
It's
I kinda
tight.
wanna play- I kind of want to
Yeah.
play the other. I kind of want to go the other way here because the Titans having a week off now. Yeah, they're all quarantined together, but that means like they're probably still practicing. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Titans.
All right. I know I was teetering back and forth between them, but I was like, I think the Bills are just better right now.
They're just so much
Just-
better.
they're
Just better.
they're just built better.
Yeah, they're just built. They're built like a fine oiled machine.
I thought he was gonna say a fine oil, and that was it.
Yeah, a fine oil. Yeah, they're like
U.S. Here
Oh,
you go.
You guys
Yeah,
ready
that's
for the best
plane
game of
above.
2014?
Big ass plane flying.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what?
Uh-oh.
Oh, best. Oh, Broncos and Patriots.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Brady versus Manning. Oh shit.
I genuinely don't know how to pick this one.
I'm gonna say the Patriots because the defense works better.
Is Cam gonna play?
That's
I'm
what it
picking-
all hinges on.
I'm gonna say Patriots because they have good defense. Yeah.
Man. Yeah, the whole thing it hinges on if Cam's gonna play or not. Because I think if Cam plays, it's a blowout. If Cam doesn't play, it's gonna be close. And I'd have to say the Patriots for now.
Yeah, I kind of got to go the same way. Even with their quarterback problems, I think they're a stronger team than the Broncos.
Yeah.
So,
More preparation this week might prove beneficial for them.
oh yeah, for sure. I think with Hoyer or Stidham having like first team reps for practice this week will help.
Mhm.
All right, we ready for a humdinger, you guys? It's Jaguars Texans.
Oh, I don't know who to pick.
Fuck,
You
this
guys go
one's
first.
That one's genuinely awful to pick.
You guys go first. I'm gonna actually think about this one for a
Can I
minute.
pick a tie
Jag-
again?
Texans.
I need to get another fucking coin out.
I don't know how to pick
Point.
this game because you have a new coach on the
Heads,
Texan side, and they're
Texans.
still 0-4, and then you have the
That's-
Jaguars that can't figure anything out, but they have Minshew.
It's
So.
coin toss time.
Uh,
Raid Shadow Legends.
Heads, Texans, tails, Jags. It is tails. Give me the
Hey.
Jags.
You have a phone, right, Jack?
Yeah.
You know you can just ask Siri to do it for you, right?
No, I don't care. I have a coin. I'm very,
Old
I like it.
fashioned.
Yeah, I'm like an old man,
Gotcha.
Plus, there's a bunch of change around my room.
Yeah,
Okay.
the coaching change kind of throws a wrench into all this because even like an 0-4, I would pick an 0-4 Texans team, but it's like this is Romeo Crennel coaching for the first time in a while,
True.
and he's not exactly a great coach.
Yeah.
I think this
that's
game
ugly one.
happens next week. I think it might be a little bit different story, but I think you have to go Jaguars here.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning that way. The Texans have only been picked twice this season, and I'm probably going to keep it that way. Give me the Jags.
As much as it pains me to say, I just think the Texans will not be ready this week with a new coach.
It's hard for me to pick against the Jaguars. I'm going to pick Jags here.
I was going to say, just pick the Jags.
I'm going to pick the Jags, but I won't be surprised the Texans pull it off because they have a history of finding ways to just keep Jacksonville behind the whole game. So.
Yep. Next up, Bengals Ravens. Should I just pencil us all in for the Ravens?
I'm locking the Ravens.
All right. I predicted that.
I'm just Ravens, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yes, Burrow is shown brilliance, but I think the Ravens are.
Ravens defense is way too good.
Basically. I don't even think it's the defense. I think the offense is just going to outperform.
The offense is good. The defense is pretty good as well.
Yep.
I don't think I just don't think it matters. The Bengals could fucking have 20 men on the field. The Ravens offense is just going to steamroll right through them and drive.
Lamar Jackson's going to pull off some more sick ass spin moves like he did last season against them.
The over under for the game is 51. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Panthers Falcons.
Panthers, they look like an actual functioning team.
Yeah. I'm giving the Panthers too.
This game is less than a field goal if you're looking at the line, right?
It's going to be a fucking field goal after the Falcons choke another 20-point lead.
Yeah,
you tell me I'm wrong.
I praise the Panthers this week, and I think I'm gonna have to stick with my gun there and say the Panthers. Although I could see this being a typical NFC South game.
Also,
well, my brain's in the toilet for this one because I'm going to pick the Falcon.
Oh boy!
All right.
Yeah,
I think they'll break their winless streak here and finally get them at number one.
Also,
I picked them before.
I know I picked the Panthers, but I like Garrett's pick because the NFC South is notorious for having games where they're predicted to be close and the team
also
not expecting to wins.
The thing is, the Falcons were against Green Bay, and Green Bay has a pretty not very good defense, and they got 9 points. So
yeah,
it's just like. It's just not. I'm not gonna go with that.
Yeah,
it's understandable.
I'm still sticking Falcons here though.
I completely. I get where you're coming from, Garrett. I really do. It's just the NFC South, man. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, the thing with the Falcons is they've outside of this week, they've put up pretty good performances. It's just a matter of getting lucky one of these weeks.
Yeah,
and closing the game out.
With the game as close as it is on the stat line, on the line right now is Atlanta minus 2.5, right? It's a lot closer than you would think, and I can totally see it going either way.
Yeah, same. I just have more confidence in the Panthers.
Also, fire Dan Quinn.
Yeah. All right. Are we ready for Raiders Chiefs?
Oh boy.
I'm just gonna lock the Chiefs real quick.
Oh boy. Wow.
I'm picking the Chiefs as well.
Raiders are good, but Chiefs gooder.
Yeah.
So Chief.
I think it's hard to go against Mahomes and the Chiefs right now.
Yep.
Basically.
So I think
you can't bet against Kermit.
Yeah, we had a pretty good game out there today.
I'm gonna go get some.
I'm gonna go 5.
I'm gonna go.
We can't josh on him too hard because he.
Yeah, he's gonna go dip his fucking steak in ketchup like a heathen.
Hey,
every
I'm
single
so
time.
fucking mad over that.
I don't have a
why
problem.
would you?
I don't have a problem making fun of Patrick Mahomes for the way he talks because he is the most highly paid athlete in North America, and he's just better than me at everything that I'll ever try to be in my life.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, I can make fun of the way he sounds.
But like,
So,
I'm gonna
and
make fun
he
of him because he puts ketchup on his fucking steak. He
fucks.
deserves to be fucking.
and
bullied
he
for that.
fucks. That's the other thing.
He also does fuck. He fucks a lot more than me.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
not
there you
very
go.
much, but
God damn it, Patrick Mahomes. I want to hate you, but I can't.
yeah,
You're just so likable.
yeah. There's also yeah. He also doesn't make out with his kid.
Pat
that's
Mahomes
awesome.
it's so crazy because you have like Tom Brady and Peyton Manning in their primes. Like they were kicking everybody's asses, and they had both had large groups of people who were like, man, fuck those guys. Pat Mahomes absolutely kicks the shit out of everybody and is also like universally loved by everybody.
Yeah,
So
He's like that guy. He's like that guy that like it's better than you and everything, but he's somehow like he's like the Ned Flanders to the Homer Simpson of everybody else. Like he's like always so nice, but like he will just absolutely do everything better than you.
it's a lot like Danny Sexbang has a famous thing from Game of Thrones where he's talking about Justin Timberlake, and he's like, I want to hate Justin Timberlake so much because he's incredibly good at singing, he's incredibly attractive, and like my entire bucket list of girls to sleep with he has dated, but he's just so fucking funny and charismatic that I can't help but love him.
Yeah.
So yep. All right, moving on. Cardinals Jets.
Should we just all pencil in for the Cardinals?
Yeah, should I just pencil in Cardinals for everybody?
Yeah, the Cardinals look rough, but Jets are
rougher,
as bad as like probably the 0-16 Browns team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say Cardinals here, even though it's projected to be a close game, but I can't see that happening.
Man, I'm just waiting for the Jets. The Jets' 0-16 moment. You got like the you got the 08 Lions doing the safety, running the back end zone. You got the Browns doing the
dropping a wide open pass on fourth down.
You know the thing
for that moment.
Butt fumble, part 2.
Yeah.
Number 2 coming Thanksgiving.
Maybe.
Man. Yeah, I was gonna say if Sam Darnold caught mono this year, that would be the moment.
Oh yeah, probably yeah.
So
can't believe he got fucking mono. That's still the funniest thing ever.
He got a teenager's disease.
Yeah, like what the fuck is wrong with you?
So, barring
you got the NFL
kissing girls.
The NFL money.
That's how you get COVID.
Yep. Barring a wild card pick, a late pick from Jesse or Jeg, through 5 weeks nobody's picked the Jets. So
I wonder why.
Yep. The Jets, I think need a kick in the pants, and I think the kick in the pants might be firing their head coach.
Oh yeah.
No, keep him, extend him,
give him a 3-year deal.
Yeah, keep him there.
We like what we're seeing.
Exactly.
Steve O'Donnell noises.
3 wins for everybody. Woo.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Except for the 49ers because they lose everybody.
The one Gase apologist like they beat the Cowboys last year.
Oh yeah, that game.
Saying much.
That was garbage.
Anyway, Eagles, Steelers.
Steelers, yeah. Eagles' offensive line is going to get murdered. Basically, it's not gonna. There's going to be like 4 or 5 sacks in that game, or on Carson Wentz.
I want to point out that I picked the Eagles last week, and they
Why?
won.
I did too.
Oh yeah, you did.
Give me the Eagles.
So I might play devil's advocate here again.
The thing is, the Steelers are not injured to shit.
I don't know why I'm picking the
49ers.
Eagles. I don't even feel confident in this pick.
But the thing is, the Steelers really haven't played anybody.
Are the Eagles somebody though?
Well, they're leading their division right now.
Yep.
Yeah, they're in the lead of their division. That's not really saying much in the NFC East.
It's not saying much.
Philadelphia Eagles.
It's not saying much, but the Steelers have won against the Giants, Broncos, and Texans.
Well,
they're all very close games.
The thing is, the Texans and the fucking Eagles are like equals. All right, and I
don't see it that way though. I think the Eagles are a better team. And I think Carson Wentz is the outlier there. He can either be really good or really shit, and that can determine the game.
Granted, he's been really shit this season, but
I'm going to pick the Eagles.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think you're catching the vibe. I'm picking off here.
Yep.
Yeesh.
All right. Rams football team.
Rams.
Rams.
We're gonna ram them. Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
think it's pretty obvious.
yeah.
Washington can't even design their own background, right? So
Yep.
I think it's.
And with that, through 5 weeks, nobody's picked Washington either.
Wow, I wonder why.
Those are the only two teams that nobody's picked so far.
Well,
Yeah.
Washington's 1-3. I mean,
Yep.
And
nobody expected them to win week 1. So
that's true. We didn't know how bad the Eagles were.
Yeah.
Week 1. Also, why the fuck are you guys picking the Eagles when they lost to Washington? They lost to
don't make them change their pick. Don't make them change their pick.
Hey, listen.
I'm
Listen,
locking the
okay.
Eagles.
Don't change.
They got the board covered, man. They got a loss, a win, and a tie. So
Yeah, dude, they're just
you never know.
They're
If they
just
tie again, you know what? It might be. I don't know what that goes in picks, but that'd be hilarious.
I don't fucking know. When was the last time a team got 2 ties in a goddamn season?
Never.
That is a
Really?
good question. I bet you back in like
Probably
the 50s it happened.
Yeah, probably.
Like
When
the
NFL,
pre-overtime era.
Yeah,
Well, in the modern era, none.
Oh, yeah.
I know
In the
that.
Super Bowl era, probably never.
yeah. Eagles
All
do
right.
it funny.
Dolphins, 49ers.
49ers.
Why do I want to pick the Dolphins?
I mean, as much as I
same.
wanted to, I'm gonna pick the 49ers.
I was getting ready to make my case for the Dolphins, but like I don't even need to.
Like, why do I want to pick them? Like, this is a weird thing for me.
Well, the thing is,
It's
too. I mean, the thing is, you don't know who the hell is going to start for the Niners. Like, really.
True.
I mean,
Magic. Fitzmagic might do a Fitzception though. And
he had
that
2
might
last
be
Sunday.
I'm doing really good in pick'ems recently. Why do I feel the need to just throw it all away and start taking wild card picks this week?
I want to
hey,
play
this
it
is my
safe.
first week, but you know what? I can do whatever the hell I want.
Yeah, Cam is the wild card this week.
I,
I'm gonna go with the 49ers just because
the thing is, it's so hard to pick this.
better.
The thing about picking this early in the week is that a lot of San Francisco's injuries are questionable.
True.
Yeah.
And a lot of the injuries are going to play into who's going to play the game, right? Same with New England. Like, is Newton going to be off the COVID list or not? And I think I'm going to go with San Francisco. Even though as much as I want to be the random and pick the Dolphins, I think if they have some sort of offense, I think the Niners are going to run away with it.
I want to take the Dolphins so badly.
Do it, pussy.
Fuck it, give me the Dolphins.
Let's go.
I bet you Jesse picks the Dolphins too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Well,
sorry.
Hold on. The Niners are 0-2 at home.
They're playing at home.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with it though. I'm gonna keep my gun. I'm gonna trust my gut on that one.
Giants, Cowboys.
The Cowboys are shit, but the Giants are shittier. Cowboys,
I was gonna say the Cowboys have kind of steamrolled the Giants the last few years, and I don't see
That's
that.
mostly
changing.
because the Giants have been dreadful.
Give me them
We
boys.
spent so much earlier talking about how the Giants, the last 3 matchups they've had, or 3 of the 4 matchups they've had,
The
kept
Giants
close.
haven't been good.
They haven't been good, but they've
that's
kept their
because-
opponents close.
That's because their offense is awful, and
Oh, yeah.
their defense, I guess, is okay. Wait, never mind. It has not been close, Garrett.
No, I'm saying the Bears game they were within 1 touchdown. The Steelers they kept it. They were close for the majority of the game, and last week they only lost by 8 to the Rams, who
There
are
was
a pretty
also
solid
that-
team.
There was also that 49ers game where it was 36-9.
Didn't they have all their players though when they played that game or no?
That's when they lost all their players.
Oh, wait,
that's
no,
when a
that's
lot of the Niners got hurt.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they had them.
I'm still gonna pick the Cowboys, but I just want to.
Plus, the Cowboys aren't a winning team, so the Giants aren't a winning team.
Here's I'm going to say this. I'm going to pick the Cowboys, but I would not be surprised if the Giants win.
As a Cowboys fan, I'm in the same boat. I would not be surprised if they blew it.
Yep.
I think the Giants would get a very early lead, and Dallas would somehow miraculously,
Throw for
have
500
all this fourth quarter, they'll score 24 points in the fourth quarter and still lose by 10, kind of deal. Like
True.
it. I don't know.
Dak throws for fucking 500 yards and still loses by 10.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you look at Dak's stat line, there's no way this team should be 1-3, but somehow are.
It's hilarious.
Yep.
It's great.
So, shall we move on?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Colts Browns.
You know, Matt, I'm gonna make you scared here. I'm gonna lock the Browns.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm
now
gonna
I
go
can't
with
lock
the
on this
Browns.
game, can I?
No,
You could
'cause
lock the. I bet you. No, you could lock the Colts.
Mm,
You could have
Could you?
locks against each other.
Can you do that?
Sure.
mm.
It's not like who's making the rules? Us.
It's fair.
True.
What are you gonna throw, a flag?
Yeah.
God.
I am locking the Browns on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take-
You know what? I'm gonna add some excitement. I'm gonna lock the Colts.
Let's go.
Jesus Christ.
I was really hoping we'd get like dueling locks sometime this season.
The Colts.
I think the Colts are 1-1 in away games, and I don't know. I could see it happening. I could see the Colts. I could see it being a low-scoring game, and the Colts winning on a last-second field goal.
The Colts have a good defense. Their offense is not that great, but the Browns' defense,
They're down 2
Browns'
offensive
offense,
players.
meh.
So
But I still want to pick the Browns because I hate myself. Yeah.
What are you going with?
I said the Browns, you stupid.
You said
Come
I
on,
think
Matt.
I want to pick the Browns. That
Come
wasn't
on,
a
Matt.
definitive.
Come over here, and let's do it 2v2.
Dude, I'm a Browns fan. I gotta pick the
Well-
Browns.
You don't have to.
Well, I did. Plus, I think they're gonna win anyway. So
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
it's okay to be wrong. All right, Vikings Seahawks.
Seahawks gonna win.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins gonna throw at least 3 interceptions.
oh good lord.
That's being generous.
He didn't
You
throw
could-
any last week though.
True, but he was against the Texans.
That's also fair. So
You know what?
Granted, the Seahawks defense isn't the best, but
I think it's going to be a slugfest, but I think with how good Russell Wilson is, I think there's no way you bet against that. So,
Yeah, I gotta take the Seahawks as well.
yeah, you got to take the Seahawks. Even
Yeah,
though the
do you
game
have
is
Seahawks
projected to be close.
Garrett, did you have the Seahawks too?
I did.
Okay. All right, second to last game. Oh wait, no, actually last game because we have a bye week this week.
Yeah.
Chargers Saints.
I'm gonna say the
my.
Chargers, or not the Chargers. Sorry, the Saints.
Well, I'm
Uh,
going to pick the Chargers. So
Oh,
I don't have that much.
I don't
faith.
believe. I don't believe in either team right now. So, well, I there's some bright spots, but with Brees and his struggles, Kamara's been the bright spot. Chargers, Herbert has a chance to ball out. We'll see. That Saints defense gives up a lot of points. So,
yeah, I think it'll be competitive, but I'm gonna have to go with the Saints.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Eckler's probably done out for sure. Eckler, sorry. With that, I think it's gonna be it's definitely the Saints.
Yeah. All right, and that wraps up week. Oh God, I just forgot how to speak there. That wraps up pick'ems for week 5. We did it.
Yeah.
We podcasted again.
Yet again, we did the thing.
So,
This one
Where
took about 3
it's all
hours.
add up and the points don't matter.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
what do we think is the game of the week?
game of the week? I don't know. Probably
Seahawks,
the
Vikings, on
Bills, Titans.
Bills Titans would be pretty
what?
good.
Bills Titans. Oh, this one. Oh, I don't know what the fuck.
Seahawks, Vikings. On paper should be good. It's the Sunday night game. I think Chargers Saints could be good.
I think it might be on paper the closest game here is the Browns Colts.
Yeah,
I think that might be the game of the week.
that'd be interesting. I
Two,
was trying
three,
not
and
to
one
be biased.
teams
I didn't want to
going
pick that
head-to-head.
one.
Bills Titans.
Well, no, I'm looking at it based on the line, right?
Oh yeah,
The
same.
line has-
I wanted to say Browns Colts because I thought it's going to be a good game, but I didn't
I
want to seem biased.
I think the only reason Panthers Falcons is not is because the Falcons are 0-4.
Yeah,
And I think these are 2, 3, and 1 teams that are going to slug it out.
yeah.
And it's either going to be it's going to be high scoring or it's going to be low scoring.
They're two teams that I think are going to be fighting for a wild card spot this season too. So
Mm.
I think the
important
most entertaining game is probably going to be Bills versus Titans. That's what I
Yeah.
think. I
So-
think that mostly because I don't know. I'm tired.
I can
wanna
tell.
go-
Bills
Well-
Titans.
I don't care.
Jack's hopping on that train to Sleepy Time Junction. So
I don't care. I want to take a nap until Sunday so I can watch Josh Allen throw a football like 1,000 miles.
Over the stadium,
I want to see him throwing it over the mountains.
yeah.
like Trevor Bauer.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like Uncle Rico.
Yeah.
Yeah. Josh Allen's the real Uncle Rico of the NFL. Gardner Minshew.
No, that's Gardner Minshew, dude.
Yeah,
no,
it's
no, no.
it's Gardner Minshew.
Can Gardner Minshew throw a fucking football over the mountains?
Well,
I mean, he did
well,
throw it
hang on.
over they did throw it over the stadium in that video, man. I mean, come on.
Because we've never actually
Josh Allen
seen
cute.
Uncle Rico throw a pigskin over the mountains over there. He's only claimed it. So
Yeah.
he doesn't have the mustache or the hair.
He does have the mustache.
Also, Josh
Josh-
Allen has like one of the craziest baby faces I've ever seen.
He's
Like with
cute.
his helmet on, he looks like a toddler.
He has a mustache.
He's making
Know
mom
that, right?
proud out there.
He
Yeah.
like looks like a scared toddler with his helmet on whenever he's under the center. Like
Yeah.
he's
No,
got
he looked-
such a baby face.
He looked scared under the center for the past 2 seasons. Now he's
Yeah.
got that mustache. That mustache
He-
makes him look strong.
Yeah.
He's a strong
Josh
man.
Allen looks very comfortable as a shotgun quarterback.
Oof.
Oh yeah.
He looks. He's,
Anyway.
I'm happy.
Stop. Okay. That's
Sorry.
enough gushing over the Bills.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's the best.
I can't wait for them to lose. And then,
Hey,
you'll just hear Jack
Bill-
be all depressed or
the
not show
Bills-
up.
The Bills haven't had a fucking good quarterback since 1999. Okay,
Doug
So-
And
Yeah.
who was that?
Doug
Doug
Flutie.
Flutie.
Oh,
Doug
I
Flutie
was
had
gonna-
like one good
I was
season.
going to test
and
him
just,
because he
like,
wasn't alive then.
Jesus Christ.
You were not alive then. You know why? Because
no
I
shit.
know I was alive then.
I just remembered something,
crazy.
Jack.
What?
It's a rematch of your favorite football game of all time this week. The Music
Oh,
City
no.
Miracle. I don't know if Craig picked up on the Discord sound effect there, but Jack just left. And on that note, this has been Oofsides. So, I'm your host Matthew. I'm here with Garrett, Jack, and bringing Cam on for the first time this week. Thanks for listening, and football.
Go fuck yourself.
Oh my god!
I can't believe he brought that up.
It was a lateral, by the way.